Have you finished your list?
Let's see. No. We got that lifestyle stuff. Oh, and then there's a couple more, and one of them is, and this is probably pretty important, is the disruptive influences of the modern environment. And so there's a lot of research emerging now that the average level of male testosterone has declined at a steady rate since the 80s at around 1% per year. Not one person declining as they get older. That's normal and natural. And you can arrest that decline to the extent of like 0.2%. Well, look at me. I've gone 800% better than when I was 20. But you can arrest the natural age-related decline in testosterone if you do all the healthy lifestyle habits. This is talking about society as a whole, and research from Japan, USA, Denmark, 1% per year lower than it was in the 80s. So that means dad and grandpa had 40% higher levels than the average guy now who's 26 or 36 or 46 or 56 compared to dad, and then compared to grandpa, badass, way more than that. So that is a huge crisis for modern society. There's also the rate of decline is now 50% from previous sperm counts. But if we continue at this rate, and you can Google this, like we're going to be sterile in the year 2060 or something.
Oh, that's not far off.
Because the sperm count is going, which is associated with testosterone, of course. Obesity epidemic, number one, around the globe. And then possibly the endocrine disruptors in the environment. So now we have plastic water bottles, and we have styrofoam that we're eating our food out of, and we have cosmetics, as you know, from Chara Omni, getting this crap out of your cupboard. Talk about going to the pantry and cleaning out the bad foods. Go to your cosmetics and see what you're putting on your frickin' body and your skin. Your skin is an organ. What you put on goes in, and all those chemicals, and they're called endocrine disruptors in the cosmetics and skincare and home care, personal care, detergent, because they're going on your clothes are going on your skin. So this effort to clean up a little bit and buy the appropriate, brands that are supporting this. Chara Omni, you can read the ingredients, you can pronounce them. There's no chemicals or weird things that are going to have an adverse effect on your hormonal health, because these things are estrogen-like. So they're kind of estrogenic influences in the environment. There's a book called Estrogeneration by Dr. Anthony J. And he talks about how all this stuff's in the water supply, in municipal water. So you get in that shower, you're getting some estrogen-like chemicals, molecules that are being integrated. Most particularly, though, to focus on the objective here to do, get away from plastics touching your food or drink. So those plastic water bottles, those disposables, or whatever people use, some people are claiming, the hardcore water bottle is safer than the cheapy plastic, which is true.
A lot of people are really scared to drink tap water.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, what's worse, drinking tap water, depending on the city, of course, and drinking as a bottle.
Yeah. If you get the plastic bottle and, drink it one use, it's certainly a lot better than reusing a plastic bottle would be the ultimate low score. And then the other really tough one is eating food that's touching plastic while heating it up. So if you microwave some plastic container, the plastic chemicals are going right into the food. It's bad enough to have the food served on the plastic. So if you get takeout, dump it onto a plate, enjoy yourself. You order takeout, sushi, whatever, take it out, put it on a nice plate or whatever it is. And then you can heat it up on a ceramic or glass or things like that, or stainless steel would be the recommended water bottle. And now you can carry it to the airport and refill and try to stay away from plastic water bottles as much as possible.
So when did you become pretty hardcore as far as avoiding these environments?
Up to 2017, I went to Nourish, Balance, Thrive and got a whole bunch of comprehensive blood. They do blood testing and consulting, and they came back with this blood report, and there's some weird stuff on there. They said, yeah, you have residue of plastic and petroleum in your bloodstream.
Okay.
The plastic was probably from drinking water bottles, riding bicycle, or having that stuff in my car. And a lot of times we forget, like, it heats up during the day, and then overnight you get in the car in the morning, you finish your water bottle that was 100 degrees in the sun the previous afternoon. So I had plastic, and then I had petroleum byproducts in my bloodstream. And I talked to some functional medicine experts, and they surmised that it was growing up in the San Fernando Valley in the 80s when the smog was so bad, and breathing that shit in when I was running and taking in a lot of oxygen. It's one thing to live in the valley or in a smoggy area back in the old days when it was super smoggy. It's not anymore. It's fantastic here. But I couldn't see the Santa Susana Mountains in the old days from my home 8 miles away. The mountains were obscured by smog all summer. Yeah, so that was an awakening to kind of know I'm eating healthy and exercising and sleeping and all this, and then bombarding my system with crap. So we want to get away from food and drink that has plastic, and then anything you put on your skin, you try to focus on those appropriate brands. Like Dr. Bronner's is a good example, the Castile soap.
Yeah.
I do that. Shampoo, soap. I brush my teeth with it once in a while.
Everything that's in my house is natural. And absolutely none of the toxic ingredients. It just not worth it. It's not worth for my pets.
Oh my God. Care about your pets if you're a caring pet owner. And then here's a quick tip to know if you are offensive here. If it has a fragrance, it has estrogenic influences on your body, guys. So if you're smelling your laundry detergent, it's fresh smelling Tide, or your Irish Spring with the minty smell, anything with a smell, the things you hang in your car, the Christmas tree from the car wash, anything with a fragrance
horrible
is causing a disruption to the chemicals. And so what happens is the body interprets these estrogen-like chemicals to be estrogen. And so to keep that balance right, it can't do it because it's being confused by estrogen coming in from, more than the small amount that you want. Yeah. So those are bad. Yeah. So that's the protect yourself category. And then EMS is on that list too. And the biohackers know that this can also adversely influence, testosterone and other hormones.
Oh yeah. There was this dramatic study of these rats. They put a cell phone next to the rat's cage. I think it was only 2 hours a day for 60 days. And then another cage, they put a sham cell phone. So looked like a cell phone, but there's no signal. There's nothing that they're receiving. So they checked the testosterone level before the experiment. And then 60 days, 2 hours a day, right, of cell phone exposure. It's not that much, 2 hours a day. Look at how much time people are keeping the cell phone on their body. And at the end of the 60 days, maybe it's only 45, it's in that range. The level of testosterone in these rats have dropped to 50% of what it was. It's stunning.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking to think,